YouTube, and I'm sitting on the floor because I could find a better spot. I want to break down the new announcements from YouTube for you and talk to you about what all they mean for you as a creator. So I'm going to do some short-form content around this, but I thought now would be a fantastic time while I'm here at Made on YouTube to break down everything that I have seen today. It's been an exciting day. It was definitely an AI day. Like, the announcements are all AI related for the most part. So there are 4 updates, and I want you to ask questions, give me your first thoughts, all of that right here on this live. And I am doing vertical live because I told you I'll adjust it more as we go forward. So there are 4 different announcements from YouTube today here on Made on YouTube. First and foremost is Dream Screen. I keep saying Dream Scene, but it is Dream Screen. Now this is, as I said, AI backgrounds for short form content. Now what that means is that essentially you can, in shorts only for now, they have talked about the potential of actually expanding that into other forms of content. I would love for them to expand it into vertical lives, but essentially this is the capability to say to create, kind of like how green screen, right? Like TikTok and shorts, you can do green screen and like overlay you on top of it. So you can have this background movie file where you say, hey, I want to be I want to have unicorn heaven. And you just type that in, and it's going to create a generative AI background with unicorns galore. And it's going to be unique. And you could say, I want to be in a YouTube space. Not that those exist anymore. And you could then, be on top of that, be in that background. And they showed a lot of different examples. Again, I will share some of those, assets as I get access to them and all of that. Hey, Sammy. Hey, Jennifer, Stuart. Nice to see you guys. So what are your first thoughts? It looks like you're somewhat excited about that. I shared it on Twitter, but I didn't give you many details. So that's what I'm trying to do right now before I head out of this event. But, so that's first and foremost. We've got Dream Screen, AI backgrounds for shorts. Now, this has me torn. Before I go on to number 2, I'm gonna be honest, it's a little heartbreaking, like from a quality perspective, right? But it's not the same as green screen because it's not as low quality. Hopefully. I mean, the examples that they showed definitely looked good and cool and exciting because they're more AI based as opposed to me putting a beach behind me on a green screen and it doing the whole weird amateur looking thing, right? Now, I will say this, everything that I'm going to talk about today, with the exception of one thing and the possibility of the future, these are really meant for young creators in terms of just getting started on the platform and creating your channel and making it simpler and easier to get started. Now, you know this. Dream Screen will be cool. Yes, Papa Duke. So this is the thing that we talk about on this channel all the time, is the procrastination that comes from having to decide all of these different things when it comes to creating content. And there's a lot to kind of consume when you're first starting to put videos out. And so a lot of what you're seeing from YouTube lately, and especially with this event, is focused on making sure that you have an easier path to getting it done. Procrastination is a huge thing. Raise your hands. How many of you have procrastinated, like putting a video out there because you're not sure of? And there's one thing that the next thing I'm going to talk about, number 2, actually fixes this in a big way, potentially. So that whole process of, of just making it easier to not have to worry about high quality stuff, and adding in the storytelling and the visual aspect of what you're trying to share with a short form video. That's where Dream Screen comes in. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna, like, that is just not rolling off my tongue. Dream Screen. Dream Screen. Say it with me, Dream Screen. Yeah, Papa Dude raises both hands and a foot, right? Like, you can't see my foot over here, but it's raised too. Like, we've all dealt with the whole procrastination situation, and it's part of what they're doing here. So that's number one, Dream Screen. I got it right the first time. So now the next thing, this was, I feel like, a little glossed over in terms of the potential. So we're doing AI insights for creators. Now, if you have gone into your YouTube backend and looked at the research tab, you will have seen a little bit of this in action, and it's not as useful currently that I would like to see. I don't really utilize it very much because it's a little difficult to get what I want out of it. And so the research tab currently will kind of give you like, hey, this is what your audience is searching for. Now, in my case, one of those things is Rodecaster Pro. And I'm kind of like over creating Rodecaster Pro specific content. And so, like, you know, but that's my choice, right? But it is telling me that my audience, generally speaking, on the platform is interested in that content. This next thing, the AI insights for creators, this is actually going to potentially be a huge thing. And this is where I'm most excited about, and it's not going to be rolled out in the format that I really so desire. I spent a lot of time talking to YouTube team members about this particular announcement, just to really understand it a little bit more and give them my dream scenarios. And so they took that, and hopefully we can do something with that in the future. But let me break it down for you. So this is really the this is going to say, you know, if you're worried about which video to create next, if you're not sure what video you should create, you're dealing with brainstorming topic ideas. This is a topic that y'all and I always talk about, right? Is like what video to create next. How do you strategically create the right next video? What topics should you choose? Because your topic at large is a huge topic. It has a lot of potential video ideas within it. And so our courses, right, help you understand how to do that from a manual perspective. And this AI Insights is really going to add in an AI layer to this process of removing the overwhelm of brainstorm to decide what video to create next. And from that perspective, I am super excited because I see y'all dealing with that, and even I deal with it myself. Like, I'm not gonna lie here, like it's just part of the process of being a creator, is like you have all of these ideas, and what do you do next, right? So what you're gonna be able to do is actually go into the insights area, and it will, you can put in a topic, and it will kind of give you guidance in terms of what other people are, what other type of videos and topic ideas that the YouTube audience is looking for. And so it'll guide you into hopefully a good choice of topic idea for your next video. Now, my first question was, how personalized is this? And so, like I said, I spent a lot of time talking to the team about this, and just trying to understand how useful this is going to be and how tied in it's going to be for you and your channel. So for example, like if I've got two things to share here. So like if I am creating, kind of educational content, which is my channel, it's more on the education side, right? is it going to understand that when I put in Sony camera as a topic idea, and I want to know, should I talk about the batteries? Should I talk about the HDMI? Should I talk about capture cards? What should I talk about within that topic? That's kind of the concept here. And so I want to know, like, will it know that I'm an educational YouTuber and I want to stick to that format? Or is it going to give me, some other thing that's outside of the realm of what I do? Maybe it's, an essay format, right? Like, because there are different formats on YouTube. Maybe it's an essay format of like, where the Sony thing was mentioned, or is not the total topic idea around it, right? So my brain is kind of going through a lot of different scenarios here, where I want to know how targeted it's going to be. Is it going to know my format? Is it going to know my audience? How tied into discovery is it going to be? And so I asked those questions so that we know exactly what that looks like. And we got some good answers. Hey!
Hi.
Come say hi.
Are you live?
Yeah, I'm live. Look who I found. Come pop down. I'm vertical, so you have to like squeeze in.
Squeeze in.
Oh.
See what happens? See what happens when you just join? There's not enough room vertically for my hair.
I know, right? Big hair.
What are we talking about?
Daniel Batal. Actually, I was just talking about insights. Leron. Actually, I got a comment on a post yesterday that said how much they love you, Leron. I didn't do any promotion on this, but we're just talking about insights. So I was just talking about how the fact that, I wanted to know how personalized it was going to be, how helpful it's going to be for a channel, whether you're starting out or whether you're established like we are. And so I was just kind of giving my thoughts on that. And I don't think it'll be really as awesome as we hoped it would be between the three of us. We were having this conversation. So what are y'all's thoughts? I think it'll be helpful, absolutely, to start, but not as awesome as it will be in the future.
So I think that, as with everything, we've got to give it some time. So when YouTube launches anything,
all right, be patient. Okay.
It's just not your strong suit. Oh yeah.
Yes, it is actually.
It's all about. It's got to go out there into the public domain.
Yeah.
They've got to give it a go.
Yes.
They've got to take some time to kind of see what works and what doesn't, and then they'll optimize.
Yeah.
So YouTube is really good at putting stuff into beta, testing out with a lot of people,
Totally.
then launching something, but then they're still learning on it.
Yeah.
So we kind of got to give it a little bit of space and kind of see what will happen.
So
we're pessimistic at the best of times, let's be honest.
Totally.
But I think, does it have potential? Absolutely. Is it going to help creators? Yes, it will.
Yeah. It'll help remove the procrastination. It'll help remove the doubt and the overwhelm of like, what video do I create? And what the answer was is that it will actually give you, it will be somewhat personalized. It won't know all of the details that I'm hoping it will one day, but it will be able to kind of guide you in the right direction, at least at first. So
it's more of a remove the blocker.
Yeah.
Right? So you've got this creator block of saying, well, what do I make next? What will my audience like more? Maybe this is going to kind of just help those creative juices flowing a little bit. Just my
Daniel?
It feels like all of the stuff that we were seeing there that we were talking about is definitely...
I gotta move so your hair gets in. So you gotta get your hair in.
It's going to bring my makeup on. So no, I think that we were all kind of in agreement that a lot of the things we've heard today are going to be really great for smaller creators, smaller channels, people who have maybe more speed bumps and hurdles because they haven't been on the platform as long, or they have specific hurdles in their life. They really are trying to create an easier path to making content on YouTube, which is great. But for people like the three of us who make content very specific ways, I don't know that a lot of the tools we saw today are going to immediately impact us.
Right.
But I think we all agree that Insights is one. If it's given an opportunity to grow over time, I think that's the one that can make a difference for established creators.
Yeah, that's a good point. If it's given the opportunity to grow. Google is notorious for releasing and taking away, releasing and dropping, right? I don't think that this is going to be in that category. I think that this is going to become vital to the back end of Creator Studio, as long as people are using it. So that's going to be up to you guys. But
Again, more tools are good for us, right?
Oh, absolutely.
So a lot of us use like ChatGPT and Google Bard, and we're really using them for something. I think something inside Studio kind of feels a little bit more cohesive and we're kind of trusting the data a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because YouTube's mission is to get more views, more subscribers, more visibility. They want
And
you
make
to
it
succeed as
easier
a creator, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So they're giving us tools that are going to help us become just better creators. So I do want to give them props for doing that, but we all agree that it's early days.
For sure.
Right? It's still AI is the greatest buzzwords on the planet, and everything's AI these days, and same thing is going to be here. You've got to give it a little bit of runway. Would I change my entire content strategy because the AI tool tells me? No. Would I wait a while and like experiment in the meantime? Absolutely.
Now, what I found interesting, speaking of AI, how are your knees doing?
Oh my God.
I can let you go.
Let the old guys
I can
kneel
let
down
you
behind you, Maria. No problem
Just,
there.
just as you all know, we have like these great spaces we can sit at, it's super
She
comfortable.
picks the concrete floor.
The concrete floor seems to be absolutely the right spot.
I like the floor. I like sitting on the floor for some
Some
weird
of us
reason.
have knees.
All right, you guys go. I'll
We're
finish
going.
this out.
You
Get
guys
out of
finish it.
here.
Goodbye.
Ow. Thank you for joining. That's Daniel Batal and Lira and Servet? How do you say your last name? Sager. I'm gonna link to them. I've known him since like day one, and I still don't know how to say his last name. But anyway, so they got suckered into it live. They really did. So that's kind of the insights, and I think, I'm really, really excited about insights and what the future of that is. And I think that right off the bat, like I said, procrastination, overwhelm, that kind of gets removed. It gives you some guidance as to what the algorithm discovery would see as a good option for you to create a video on. Ultimately, what I've asked for is let's have a mix of me telling you who my audience is, who I want to have watching me, that avatar work that we always do inside of Accelerator program, inside of our content creation course, right? But also let the algorithm and let discovery support finding me an audience that is right for my content. I think there's a lot of benefit in terms of trusting the system to find me the right audience. There is a lot of benefit in releasing control in certain ways, in certain aspects of our content creation process. But I would also like to merge that with my information and who I'm looking to reach. As an entrepreneur, I know exactly who I want to reach on this platform, and so that's the ultimate goal of like what I would love to see it release into. But of course, like Leron said, it's going to take time to get there. Next up is dubbing. And all of this, I saw somebody ask how when dubbing is going to be released. So dubbing is now a tool that they're releasing. I believe this one is actually released on on Android phones in 8 different countries right now. And then it'll get into iOS and other countries worldwide later. The rest of that's the only thing that's available right now. The other stuff is just 2024 is all we know. That's all. So what are your thoughts so far? I've got one more left for you. The next one is the YouTube Create app. So that Create app is a mobile app. It's a new app. As I understand it, it's going to be a completely new app. So now we have YouTube, we have YouTube Studio, or creator, yeah, the YouTube Create, which is the new one, and then the Studio that I always use to actually like manage my videos and comments. So that new YouTube Create app is really bringing in and housing all of these different AI tools. Like, I'm gonna look at my notes here just to make sure I get it right. Like editing, mobile editing, like you're used to if you use Shorts editing tools or any other mobile editing process. The trimming, the cutting, that's all normal. But what they're adding with YouTube Create app is some more stuff like find the beats. So it'll like actually, you can load in music and it will help you locate the beats so that you can cut in a more strategic way, so that if you have a scene change, it hits on a beat type of thing. Audio cleanup, speed, volume, rotate, fade. You can record voiceover straight into the app as well. And so you're going to have access, captions of course, you're going to have access to all of the YouTube Music platform in terms of royalty-free music. Now, here's the kicker. If you do this with that, you do not want to take that and go to TikTok or Instagram or Facebook or anything like that, because that music won't cross contaminate. That's the wrong word. That will not cross over. So I want you to be very aware of that, right? And so I think that, again, with this YouTube Create app, it's going to bring in a lot of different tools, and it's going to bring in a lot of different options for you to use AI to edit faster, easier. This is available for short form content as well as long form content. However, I don't really see long form content, not long form content, anything over like a couple of minutes, maybe 5 max, but even 5 would be difficult to edit on a mobile device, in my personal opinion, unless you're not really trying to do a lot with it. But it's not as accurate on a mobile device as it is on a desktop computer. That's just the way it is. So I think, again, we come back to the concept of making it easier to get going, to remove overwhelm and get the job done, which I do love. I do love that they're trying to remove boundaries or barriers as an entry point into creation and just getting on the platform. So those are the 4 biggest announcements that I think affect you, and I'm excited to see the future of them. Obviously, as we hear the announcement, they're going to be released in 2024. We don't have dates on that yet, and then they're going to continue to get better and better and better, as Leron was talking about. And so what do you think? Yeah, YouTube Create, will it be on desktop? I struggle with mobile apps. No. So, I mean, that was not talked about, and I that's not really their intention. They are intending to bring all of the AI tools together, all of the capabilities together in one place, which is the mobile app. I mean, maybe eventually they would release a desktop app, but honestly, that is an entirely different thing, and I'm just going to call it like I see it. I don't think a desktop app is ever going to come from YouTube. Building a desktop app is a totally different beast, a totally different thing than a mobile app. They're already building mobile apps to support their creators, for us to manage our content, so that's not out of their wheelhouse. Creating an iMovie-like, product that has the ability to have more control and fine-tune, that's just not something that that YouTube themselves are going to want to actually get into the business of doing. At least that's the way I'm calling it. So, yeah. And so I think that really what they're trying to do is really focus in on personality. Focus in on you just releasing all of the questions and come back to why you're creating, which at the end of the day, I like that. I do. The TikTok desktop is a beast and resource hog. No thanks for YouTube. Yeah, exactly, right? I mean, I struggle to see my phone. Seems like they would be excluding part of their users by not having. It's just not possible. Like, there's desire and then there's possible, right? And that's just not a thing. And so it's not really built for everybody. It's built for ease of use, getting into the system, and making it easy to create content. So that's kind of where their core focus is on that side of things. So those are the features. I hope that this was helpful. I would love to hear your additional thoughts. Leave comments. I'm going to continue to tweet while I'm here, post on social, and I will do some recorded video as well, breaking down these updates in a much more succinct way. So thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for your comments. I hope that this was, yeah, absolutely, Dean. I hope that you are excited about these updates. I know I am. Insights is definitely my favorite feature because I think it just has so much potential. Have a wonderful day. I'm gonna go. It's getting hot right here inside the window. Do you wanna see outside? Look, that's what I'm sitting at beside. But it is like a tall windows, and the heat is definitely coming in. But how gorgeous is that? Nice, yeah. All right. Okay, I think that's it. There's lots of information to like break down here, but I'll do some more succinct videos, shorts, and videos for you so that you can see it all in one place. Yeah. All right. Have a wonderful day. Bye.